Welcome back, everyone. I'm Sophie, and I'm here with Leo. It feels nice to sit down and talk again, doesn't it?
Hi, everyone. Yeah, it really does. I always feel calmer when we start recording. It's like a small break from the noise of the day.
Same here. Today's topic is very close to my heart. We're going to talk about learning to enjoy being alone. Not being lonely, but really being with yourself.
That's a big one. I think many of us feel scared of being alone. I know I do sometimes.
You're not alone in that feeling. For a long time, I thought being alone meant something was wrong with me, like I failed at something.
Yeah, or like you don't have enough friends, or people don't need you anymore.
Exactly. But over time, my feelings changed, and I started to see being alone in a very different way.
That's why I like this topic. It's emotional, but it's also very real. We all spend time alone, even if we don't want to.
True. And today, we want to share our own stories, not to teach, not to judge, just to talk like two friends.
So if you're listening and maybe feeling alone right now, we hope this feels warm and honest.
Before we start, if you enjoy these calm talks, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us continue.
And thank you for being here with us today. Let's take a deep breath together and begin.
So, Leo, when was the first time you really noticed being alone?
I think it was after I moved to a new city for work. I didn't know anyone there. After work, I went home, closed the door, and suddenly everything was quiet. Too quiet.
I know that feeling. The silence can feel very loud at first.
Yes, at the beginning, I tried to fill it with noise. I kept the TV on all the time, even when I wasn't watching. I needed sound. I was afraid of my own thoughts.
Really? I did the same thing. Music, podcasts, messages, anything to avoid that empty feeling.
Exactly. I told myself I was fine, but inside I felt uncomfortable. I missed having someone ask me about my day, even small things like how was work?
That small question can mean so much. When you don't hear it, you start asking yourself questions instead.
And sometimes those questions are not kind. I remember sitting on my sofa one night and thinking, why am I alone? Did I make bad choices?
That happens to me too. When I'm alone, my mind can go back to old mistakes. Things I said, things I didn't do.
Yeah, being alone can bring up memories you try to forget.
For me, it started after a long relationship ended. Suddenly, the house felt different. Too big, too quiet. I didn't know what to do with my evenings.
What did you do at first?
Honestly, I tried to stay busy all the time. I said yes to every plan. Coffee, dinner, long walks. I didn't want to be home alone.
I feel the same. I thought if I stayed out late, I wouldn't have to feel that silence.
But that gets tiring. One night I came home late, sat on my bed, and just felt empty. I realized I was running away from myself.
That's a strong moment. What did you do then?
At first, nothing special. I just sat there. No phone, no music. It felt strange. My heart was heavy, but also calm in a strange way.
That sounds scary, but also honest.
It was both. I started to notice my own feelings more clearly. Sadness, yes, but also relief. I didn't have to act for anyone.
That's interesting. When I was alone in that new city, I felt like no one was watching me. I could just be me.
Exactly. No roles, no expectations.
Still, it took time. At first, being alone felt like a problem to fix.
Same here. I thought I need more friends or I need a new relationship. I didn't think maybe I need to listen to myself.
One evening, I cooked dinner just for me. Nothing fancy, pasta and vegetables. I sat at the table and ate slowly. I noticed the taste, the warmth. It felt peaceful.
I love that. Those small moments can change everything.
Yeah, I realized I never did that before. I always ate fast or with someone else. That night, I felt proud in a quiet way.
I had a similar moment with a walk. I went to a park near my house, alone. No phone, no music, just walking. At first I felt awkward, but then I noticed the trees, the air, my own steps.
And how did you feel after?
Lighter, like I made space inside myself. I didn't feel lonely in that moment. I felt present.
I think that's an important difference. Being alone doesn't always mean being lonely.
Yes, loneliness is feeling unseen. Being alone can be a choice.
It took me months to understand that. I started to enjoy small routines, morning coffee by the window, writing my thoughts at night.
Writing helps me too. It's like talking to myself, but with more patience.
And less judgment sometimes.
Sometimes, but learning to be kind to yourself takes time.
It really does. Even now, there are days when I don't enjoy being alone, and that's okay.
I agree. Enjoying being alone doesn't mean loving it every day. It means accepting it.
And trusting that your own company is enough, at least for that moment.
That trust changes how you see yourself. You stop waiting for others to fill every space.
And you start filling it gently, in your own way.
Yeah, slowly, with care.
You know, Sophie, one thing that surprised me was how uncomfortable weekends felt at first. During the week, work kept me busy. But on Saturday mornings, I woke up and thought, okay, now what?
Oh, yes. Weekends can feel very long when you're alone, especially when you see other people's plans online.
That was the worst part. I would scroll and see couples having brunch, friends on trips, families together, and there I was in my kitchen alone with my coffee.
I used to do that too, and every photo felt like a small reminder of what I didn't have.
Exactly. I started asking myself, am I doing life wrong? It sounds dramatic, but it felt real.
It doesn't sound dramatic at all. When you compare your quiet moments to other people's highlight moments, it hurts.
One Saturday, I decided to stop looking at my phone. I put it in another room. At first, I felt nervous, like I was missing something important.
That feeling of missing out is strong.
Very strong. I walked around my apartment not knowing what to do. I cleaned a little, then sat down, and then I just felt this wave of sadness.
What kind of sadness?
A soft one, not sharp. It was like my body finally said, okay, now we can feel this. I thought about old friendships, old dreams, even my younger self.
I've had moments like that. When you're alone, emotions don't hide anymore.
Yes, and instead of running away, I stayed with it. I didn't try to fix it. I just let it be there.
That takes courage.
It didn't feel brave at the time. It felt tiring. But after a while, the sadness changed. It became quieter.
That's something people don't talk about enough. Feelings change when you let them stay.
Exactly. That afternoon, I made tea and sat by the window. I watched people walk by. I wasn't part of their lives, but I felt connected in a simple way.
Like sharing the same world, even without talking.
Yes, and for the first time, being alone didn't feel like a punishment.
For me, evenings were the hardest, especially after work. I would come home and feel this heavy silence.
What helped you with that?
At first, nothing helped. I cried sometimes. I talked to myself out loud. I even said, "Okay, Sophie, you're alone tonight, and that's okay."
Saying it out loud makes it real.
It does. One evening, I cooked my favorite meal. Not to celebrate anything, just because I wanted to.
That's a big step. Doing nice things just for yourself.
I lit a candle too. I know it sounds small, but it changed the mood. I felt like I was taking care of myself, not waiting for someone else to do it.
I love that. I think many of us learn to enjoy things only with others. Dinner, movies, trips.
Yes, I used to think watching a movie alone was sad. But one night, I chose a movie I loved, made popcorn, and watched it on my sofa.
And how did it feel?
Free. I could pause when I wanted. I could laugh or cry without explaining myself.
That freedom is important. When you're alone, you don't need to adjust to anyone.
True, but there's also fear. Sometimes I worried, what if I get too comfortable alone? What if I stop needing people?
I had that too. Like enjoying being alone means closing your heart.
Exactly, but I slowly understood it's the opposite.
How so?
When you're okay alone, you don't choose people out of fear. You choose them because you want them.
That makes sense. I noticed my friendships changed. I didn't text people just because I felt lonely. I waited until I really wanted to talk.
And those conversations felt deeper, right?
Yes, more honest. I wasn't asking them to save me from my feelings.
That's such an important point. Being alone teaches you responsibility for your own emotions.
It does, but it's not easy. Some nights I still feel that old emptiness.
Me too, especially when I'm tired or stressed. Being alone feels heavier then.
On those nights, I remind myself that feeling lonely doesn't mean I failed. It just means I'm human.
I love that. Loneliness is a feeling, not a life sentence.
Exactly. And the more time I spend with myself, the more I understand what I need.
Like what?
Rest, slower days, less noise. I used to think I needed constant activity.
Same here. I thought being busy meant being valuable.
But now I see value in quiet mornings, in doing nothing special.
There's beauty in ordinary moments. When you're alone, you notice them more.
I remember one morning I woke up early, made coffee, and watched the sunrise. I felt grateful, not excited, just calm.
That calm feeling is powerful. It's not loud happiness, but it stays longer.
Yes, and it comes from inside, not from plans or people.
I think learning to enjoy being alone is really learning to listen.
To myself.
To your needs, to your limits, to your small joys.
And also to your fears.
Yes, because they tell you something too.
Sometimes they tell you you need connection. Other times they tell you you need rest.
Being alone helps you hear the difference.
I still miss people. I still want love and friendship.
Of course, enjoying being alone doesn't mean you stop wanting others.
It just means you're not empty without them.
You're whole, even in silence.
And that changes everything.
You know, Leo, one thing I didn't expect was how being alone made me face parts of myself I didn't really like.
Yeah, that part is hard. When there's no one else around, there's nowhere to hide.
Exactly. I noticed how often I talked badly to myself. Little comments in my head like, "You're too slow," or "You should be doing more."
I have that voice too. It shows up more when things are quiet.
At first, I believed it. I thought those thoughts were the truth.
Same here. I thought being alone meant I had more time to judge myself.
But after a while, I started to question that voice. I asked myself, would I say this to a friend?
That's a good question. And the answer is usually no.
Never. I would never talk to a friend like that. So why was I talking to myself that way?
I think we learn to be kind to others before we learn to be kind to ourselves.
That's so true. One night, I wrote a letter to myself. Not a big letter, just a few lines.
Really? What did you write?
You're doing your best. It's okay to rest. You're not behind.
Wow, that's simple but powerful.
I cried a little after writing it. I think I needed to hear that from myself.
Being alone gives you that chance to say the things no one else says.
Or the things you're waiting for someone else to say.
Yes, that waiting can be heavy. I realized I was waiting for permission to feel okay.
Permission from how?
From anyone, friends, family, society. Like I needed someone to say, your life is good enough.
I know that feeling, as if happiness needs approval.
But one evening, I sat on my floor, stretching after a long day. I felt tired but calm, and I thought, this moment is okay.
Just that?
Just that. No big joy, no big success, just okay.
That's such an important moment. Accepting okay is a kind of peace.
It really is. I stopped chasing a perfect feeling.
Being alone helped me slow down my goals too. I stopped asking, what should I be doing next?
And started asking,
What do I need right now? Sometimes the answer was sleep. Sometimes a walk. Sometimes a call with someone I trust.
I like that question. It feels gentle.
It is, and it changes from day to day.
I think that's another lesson from being alone. You see that your needs are not the same every day.
Yes, some days I enjoy the silence. Other days it feels too much.
On those days, I try not to judge myself. I don't say, you were fine yesterday, why not today?
That's important. Feelings don't follow rules.
Exactly. One night, I felt lonely again, strongly, and I felt disappointed in myself. Because I thought I had learned how to be alone. I thought I was past that feeling.
But loneliness comes back sometimes. It doesn't mean you failed.
I know that now. That night, instead of fighting it, I called my sister.
And how was that?
Comforting. Simple. We didn't talk about anything serious, just daily things.
That shows balance. Being okay alone, but also reaching out.
Yes, being alone taught me when to reach out, not just how to stay quiet.
That's such a good point. Enjoying being alone doesn't mean doing everything alone.
It means choosing connection, not using it as an escape.
I remember the first time I truly enjoyed a full day alone. No plans, no messages, just me.
What did you do?
I cleaned slowly, listened to soft music, cooked soup, read a few pages of a book. Nothing special.
But it felt special.
It did, because I wasn't rushing. I wasn't thinking about how the day looked from the outside.
You were living it from the inside.
Exactly. And at the end of the day, I felt full, not excited, just full.
That feeling is rare, but beautiful.
It is, and it changed how I see my own company.
I think learning to enjoy being alone is also learning to trust yourself.
Trust that you can handle your thoughts.
Trust that you can sit with your feelings.
And trust that silence won't break you.
At first, silence feels like test.
But later, it feels like a friend.
A quiet one.
A patient one.
Sometimes I think about my younger self, always surrounded by people, always busy.
Me too. I wonder if we were afraid of slowing down.
Probably slowing down means feeling.
And feeling means being honest.
Being alone helped me be honest about my limits. I don't have endless energy.
That's a big realization. You stop pushing yourself to be on all the time.
Yes, and you stop apologizing for needing rest.
I used to feel guilty for staying home.
Same, like I was missing life.
Now I see that staying home can be part of life,
A very important part.
especially in a world that's always loud.
Being alone becomes a place to breathe.
To reset.
To remember who you are without noise.
And that knowledge stays with you, even when you're with others.
It gives you a quiet strength.
A steady one.
One that doesn't need attention.
Just acceptance.
You know, Sophie, lately I've been thinking about how different my life feels now compared to that first year in the city.
Different how?
Softer. Not easier, but softer. I don't fight silence anymore. I don't rush to fill every empty space.
I love that word, softer. That's how it feels for me too.
I still have busy days, stressful ones, but when I come home, I feel like I'm returning to myself, not escaping something.
That's such a big shift. Home becomes a safe place again.
Yes, and being alone there feels familiar, like putting on comfortable clothes.
I feel that. I used to feel nervous when plans were canceled. Now, sometimes I feel relief.
Same. I think, oh, I get an evening with myself.
And it doesn't feel sad anymore.
No, it feels earned, like I deserve rest.
That's something I learned too. Rest is not a reward. It's a need.
Exactly. And when you spend time alone, you start respecting your needs more.
I noticed I say no more easily now. Not in a rude way, just honestly.
Me too. And I don't explain myself as much.
Because you don't feel guilty anymore.
Right. I don't feel like I need to prove that my time is valuable.
Being alone teaches you that your time has value, even when no one sees it.
That might be the biggest lesson.
For me, there was a moment when I realized I wasn't afraid of the future anymore.
Really? What changed?
I thought, even if things don't go as planned, I know how to sit with myself. That felt powerful.
That is powerful. Knowing you can handle your own company means you can handle a lot.
Exactly. It doesn't mean I want to be alone forever.
Of course not.
But it means I'm not scared of it anymore.
Fear changes everything. When it's gone, your choices feel cleaner.
Yes, you don't stay in situations just to avoid being alone.
That's so important. I've seen people stay unhappy because silence scares them.
I've done that myself. Stayed too long, tried too hard.
Me too. But now, I think being okay alone gives you standards.
And self-respect.
You don't accept less to fill space.
You wait for what feels right.
Or you enjoy what you already have.
Sometimes I sit with a cup of tea in the evening and feel grateful, not for something big.
Just for the moment.
Yes, for the quiet, for my breath, for the fact that I don't feel rushed.
That kind of gratitude is calm. It doesn't need to be shared online.
It's just yours.
I think many people listening might still be at the beginning of this journey.
Feeling uncomfortable, feeling lonely, feeling unsure.
And that's okay.
It really is. You don't have to enjoy being alone right away.
You don't even have to like it.
Just be curious about it.
Sit with yourself for a few minutes. See what comes up.
Be gentle when it feels hard.
And proud when it feels peaceful.
Both are part of the process.
I wish someone had told me that loneliness doesn't mean something is wrong with you.
It just means you're human.
And learning to enjoy being alone doesn't mean closing your heart.
It means opening it to yourself.
That's beautifully said.
Thank you. I really believe that.
Me too. And when you're kind to yourself, you become kinder to others.
Because you're not asking them to fix you.
You're meeting them as you are.
Whole.
Even on quiet days.
Especially on quiet days.
I'm grateful we talked about this today.
Me too. It feels like a soft reminder.
To slow down.
To listen.
To trust yourself.
And to know that being alone can be a place of warmth, not emptiness.
If you're listening right now, maybe alone, we hope this feels like company.
Like two voices sitting with you.
And reminding you that you're doing okay.
Exactly as you are.
Thanks for sharing this space with us.
We'll see you next time.
Take care of yourself.
Gently.